comrades, so today I will speak about very important subject. As you see, there is a comrade Stalin here, and it is the sign that this conversation will be about very important subject, about the production and the distribution of food in the socialism. So I will say about this subject for two reasons. One, it is economic reason, and second, maybe more important now in 21st century, in the time when we have big demonstrations of the ecological movement, I will say about also the ecologic dimension of the production of food. Maybe firstly I will explain why we have Comrade Stalin here. Of course, because Comrade Stalin, it is one of the most important theoretician and practitioner of building socialism, who tried to change the agriculture politic of the socialist society. So one of the biggest lies against the Soviet Union, against the socialism, and one of the things which the bourgeoisie attacked the most, it is the collectivization of the agriculture, and it is one of the main idea of my transformation of the production of the agriculture. So I prepared some photo, and of course I will say that the subject is important, but also for me the subject is difficult because of the vocabulary. It is vocabulary which I didn't use since, and I prepared some note. As you see, there is also second page. And yes, I will say what I think we have to say about this very important subject, socialism and production of food. So here is the photo from the socialist Poland. You have here the collective farms. You have the peasants, Polish peasants, which take the agriculture things, and there is the portrait of the president of Socialist Poland, first president of Socialist Poland, Bolesław Bierut. But it is, and it's written here, quickly we will give this wheat, I think, to the state. But it is only introduction. It is only introduction. I think that and this is another photo from the Socialist Poland. It is about the second Congress of Polish United Workers' Party, but it is not the. So one of the most important idea of my reflection here is what we have to change. What we have to change in the production of food today, and it is very big subject. So I don't know where to start. Maybe I will start from the subject which is not here in this photo. So the most important thing for me to change the production of food in the socialism, it is change the logic of the production. That today, in the time when we have the private property of the land, that every small peasant, every farmer, he thinks about land, that land it is something like, I don't know, lemon orange or another fruit, and he wants to squeeze this fruit maximum squeeze to all drop. So the farmers in the capitalist system use a lot of fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, and it is very dangerous for the ecology for two reasons. First reason, the production of fertilizers is already something which makes a lot of pollution. So it is a lot of chemistry, and we have to we need to extract these minerals, extract this chemic in the factories. We have to produce these fertilizers, and after, when these fertilizers are used in the agriculture, they also provoked a lot of pollution. So they provoke the soil contamination, and also they provoke the groundwater contamination. And it is only in the logic that somebody is the proprietor of the land, and he wants that this land produce all the time food, because this food, it is the commodity, and the commodity he wants to be the biggest amount of commodity he will produce, he will gain biggest money. So this course for the profit provoke the catastrophe of the planet, ecological catastrophe, and it is why one of the reasons why we, like a communist, we have to think about the transformation this system, because all these people who are active in the ecological movement, when they organize the demonstration, they very often organize demonstration about big producers, big corporation, about against government, but very rare they criticize, they attack the logic of the capitalist system, because in the capitalist system it is not very important the difference between small capitalist, medium capitalist, or big corporation. All these capitalists think only about profit, and that the land, the planet, the people, the resource, all this, it is something which you have to squeeze to maximum, and don't think about ecologic cost. So it is something that we need to change. We need to change, and first thing, of course, so to change this, the most important is the expropriation of the private property of the land. So we can make the collective farms, or we can make the nationalization of the land. It is the question of details, but one thing we have to be is very important, that the land shouldn't be a property of individual farmer, individual family, or individual corporation. The land, every part of land, and not only land, but also the water, also the lakes, also the seas, oceans, rivers, all these things which is in planet, it is our property, it is the property of the humanity, of the socialist society, and it is the most important things. If we think about the building socialism, but also if we think about the ecological transformation, to stop this catastrophe, because we are talking about the catastrophe, that the capitalist production of food, it is something which provoked this catastrophe. It is one of the most important reasons of this catastrophe. So in every level of this production and the distribution of food, we have a lot of mistakes. We have a lot of things that we, like a socialist society, we have to change. So firstly, we need to change the logic of production. We have to think about the stop using the chemical fertilizers. And of course, somebody can ask how we will produce food when we will stop using the chemical fertilizers, because chemical fertilizers, it is something that make the production bigger and bigger. And the answer is simple, that we don't need to produce that amount of food that is now today. That today everybody thinks about the growing GDP, about the growing of production, about the consumption, and it is not important. I think that we have to make a rationalization. And sometimes we can use the things which the humanity used before. For example, in the Middle Ages, they used things like the crop rotation or triple system. So it was a system when the land, agricultural land, is divided for 2 parts or 3 parts or 4 parts, and 1 year after year there is some part of the land which is not used, and it is something that it is naturally, this land is how to say, because it's not used, it's prepared themselves to using after. But of course, it's sure that the liquidation of using of chemical fertilizers provoke that the production of food will collapse. And next level, it is change the logic of the production of food. So I prefer some photo which illustrated the production of food today. So today, when I make grocery shopping in the supermarket, in the Lidl, in my region Parisian, I can find the fruits and vegetables which are imported from every corner of the world. So there is onion which came from New Zealand, there are the avocado which came from Chile, there are the bananas which came from the Guadeloupe, Martinique, a lot of I don't know, mandarin who came from Morocco, and stuff like this. So I am going to the grocery shops to buy the fruits and legumes, and the vegetables, legumes, it is in French, and these things came from all over the world. And as you see, this transport of the agricultural things provoke also the big pollution. So we have this big boat which takes this container boat which takes this food. It is not, of course, it is not only food, but there are a lot of transport of the food. So firstly, it's go. Firstly, I don't know. It's firstly or not, maybe because it's together with this. So So firstly, there are the production. This production go to the truck. This truck go to the port. After it go to the boat. After it go to another port. After it go another, it's taken by another truck. And before it came to our shop. This provoke a lot of pollution, because all this transport from one place in the world to another place in the world in the other continent, it provoke all the time the using petrol, using other things, and it is ecological cost which is unlogic. It is in logic. There are no logic in this production, and it is very funny when the people try to make a demonstration against the pollution, against the climate change, but they are thinking about the stupid things, but they are not thinking about transformation of our economy, and without this we can do nothing. So I think that we, like humanity, like a planet, we produced a lot of food, too much food. We don't need this food, and also the food which we used, we need to economize the transport of this food. So I think that we have to forbidden, after the revolution socialist, the transport of food which we can produce in our country. If in our country we can produce fruit and vegetables and another production of the agriculture, it is stupid to transport this from other countries only because that in other countries there are cheap labor or other things which make that this food from these third world countries very often are cheaper. So it has to be forbidden, I think, that we have to think how to make smaller this transport, that in economy we have to not think only about the things, how many it costs, how many its profit. We have to think also about the ecological cost, and this ecological cost, it is something that nobody is interested now. So it's one of the bases that the production of the production have to be local. Now I will change a photo. I prepare, as you see, because of my lack of the English language skills, I need to prepare photo for you. That like this it will be maybe easier to understand what. Oh, it is not the photo which I wanted to destroy. Okay. So now we have the stupid the stupid system which it is the photo of the supermarket, and in this photo you see that there is a lot of the milk product, the commodity like milk, this milk, yogurt and stuff like this. And the basis, from my perspective, it is the same things, but in the capitalist system we have all these we have all this. Oh, this is not the photo which I wanted to show you. I think that this is the most important photo. Okay, as you see, it is this is the photo of the cereals, and all these cereals are the same. But because there are a lot of producers of these cereals, there are a lot of money which are invested to the promotion, to the advertisement and stuff like this. In the socialism society, we don't need these things. We can have 3 or 4 kinds of the cereals produced by one state monopoly, state socialist monopoly, and that's all. So we can have one with sugar, one without sugar, one with, I don't know, honey, one with other things, but without all this competition that it is one multinational, one corporation which produced 20 commodities, another multinational which produced 20 commodities, another, and this is stupid, this competition, and it's a lot of money, and also the production of this advertisement. It is another ecological cost. All these leaflets, all these advertisement, it's without sense from the needs of the people. So one thing, it is the expropriation of the private property of the land and building the collective farms or nationalization of this land. The second thing is the finish with this transportation of the food from all over the world. And third things is destroying this stupid competition in the supermarket, that we have a lot of the same commodities. Only the package, the carton, which is different. It is. So we have to destroy this, and after this we need to change the politics of the consumption that I am big enemy of the individual consumption which exists today. I can give example of my family, because I think that this example show how the production of food in today, how it is stupid. So maybe first example, what we need to change, because in the capitalism society today we have this stupid logic that we produce a lot of food, we transport a lot of food, we make competition between all these corporations which are selling these products, these commodities, and after we have a lot of I can our slogan could be down with food waste. It is very important. Down with food waste. I can say that in our family we waste a lot of food. Of course, it is not my fault. It is a little fault maybe of my wife, but it is it is a social model which provoked this. So I work very a lot of hours in the weeks, from Monday to Friday, and regularly I make my grocery shopping in weekends, Saturday or Sunday very morning, because it's only 3 hours where it is open in Sunday. And because of that I have to buy a lot of things for all week, I buy a lot of things. So I buy, and we have a big problem with stuff like vegetables, fruits, meat, fish, and because these things are very quickly became rotten, or you see, I prepared my vocabulary. Or moldy. So here you have moldy tomatoes, and it is one of the stupid things that if we want to make a rational, socialist, ecological society, we have to destroy the individual production of the food, but we have to destroy also the individual consumption of the food. Maybe not destroy, but minimize these individual things that people themselves, in their houses, their kitchens, they storage these things which are not prepared for this. I don't have our fridge is small, maybe not small, but after grocery shopping, there are not enough place for all these things, and it is why a lot of vegetables and other things every week are moldy, everything are rotten, and it go to the trash. And it is one of the stupid things in this circle, that we have a lot of production, a lot of transport, a lot of competition, and in the finish, the individual consumers, they waste a lot of food go to trash. So it is first thing that because the people don't know how to store, make a storage of these things. Many of these things became rotten. And I know this because I worked in the restauration. I work also in the Domino's Pizza, and how to manage the question of the food. It is a job. So all the time when we have new foods, we need to use the rules of FIFO. FIFO, it is first in, first out. So the things which are the oldest one, we have to be first one to eat. But so these rules are working in the collective places like restaurants, or it also could work and should work after socialism in the eating house, eatery, or milk bar, or lunchroom. So I think that in every corner, in every building, we have to have very small eating house where is somebody who are thinking about this distribution of food, that we have to change this logic that the individual person, individual families thinks about the make this shopping, and after this shopping, after this storage, every week there are a lot of foods which are going to the trash. I think that for the individual use in kitchen we can have basic things, but for preparing dinner, lunch and other stuff we have to go to the other places, because in these other places it works better. It works better because of few reasons. First reason, it is this storage of food, so the waste of food there is smaller. I know this like a worker who works in gastronomy, but also but also there are a lot of this is another example how the food in the individual house are very often became moldy, I think. But there is another things very important, and it is the one of the example which is very often in my house. But before this, I would, you see, all these things when you in your home, when you find this example that you have the one apple which is good and one apple which is not good, we have to think about all the ecological cost which provoked that this apple was produced, this apple was transported, this apple was stored in the, I don't know, many people work for this, that these people this apple go to the individual consumers, but because the individual consumers are not prepared to thinking all the time about this, they have a lot of food, and it provoke a lot of waste of food in the socialist society, from the economical reason, but also for the economical and ecological reason. We have to finish with this stupid wasting. But now I will show you some other things which is important. Maybe it is so this is the, in Poland we eat a lot of potatoes, and to eat potatoes we need to peel potatoes. So everybody peel potatoes. So this is this. This is the, what is the word? This is the peeling and potato peelings. You see, I prepared you the photo of the potato peelings, and it is something which also is the symbol of the a lot of that it is waste of the food. Because from the individual perspective, when you think about this, you can say, it's not important because the potatoes are cheap. Potatoes are cheap, so we can waste these peels, and we don't care about this. But from the perspective of the society, it is a lot of waste of the food, because these peels also these peelings also we can eat. we can eat, we can make, we can prepare the potatoes in the other way. We can prepare, for example, the potatoes which I baked, and it's like this. We eat potatoes with these peelings. But for this, we need people who know how to cook. So I choose this example, but we have a lot of examples in my home, and I think that it is in every home where we don't have the professional master chef of the kitchen, that a lot of food is wasting with very stupid way. That we have good example of potato, but in the process of the peeling, 10% of these potatoes go to the trash. We can eat this, and if it is prepared in the other way, there will be not waste of food. Another example is example of the things which in the time of preparation, I don't know, go to the fell to the floor, for example, and because it fell to the floor, we can't eat it. It is stupid. In the time of production, this fruit or vegetables very often go to the floor, and it is normal. In the time, so we don't have problem with the fruit which fell from the tree and is in the floor, but after, when we prepare this in our kitchen, sometimes when something fell to the floor, no, we can't eat this. It is stupid. Also, it is stupid that very often my wife, of course, I don't want to say that my wife. Sometimes it's also my fault, but I think that it is a problem of all the societies. That there is the some of food in the fridge which are maybe not very fresh. So it is a meat which is already in the fridge a few days. But we can eat this. Maybe we have to more time bake this meat, or make using oven, using hot temperature. We can prepare this for eating. But because it's a little. It is the difference between the professional collective place when the food is prepared and the individual amateur house where if something is not 100% good, we will go to the trash. No, it's not like this. In the kitchen, we can also use the products which are not very fresh. If we make it in the professional way. I worked in the restauration, and I know that there are a lot of ways how we can prepare the a little damaged food to eat, and after client don't see difference, and we don't have also problem with stomach, and so yes. If so, it will be the most important things which I wanted to say, I already said. So the general idea is that in the socialism, we need to transform all our habits. That it is not only that we will expropriate bourgeoisie, but the production will still be the same. No, if we want to change stop this ecological catastrophe, we need to transform this society. This transformation have to be very, very deep, a very big transformation. And one of the most important things which we have to change is the logic. That the logic is now the only logic is the GDP. We have to make production bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, profit money, and this and after the people are surprised, oh, what's happened that we have a lot of ecological problems. And in this question we have also very good solution which existed in socialist bloc and also in socialist Poland. For example, we have this question of the packaging. Packaging, I think that so for example, in Poland we used reusable packaging. For example, the milk was produced in the bottles that all these bottles were the same. We have millions of bottles for the milk. It's all the same. Everybody drink this milk. After he gave, when he wanted to buy another milk, he give back the bottle which was empty, and it's go to the factory. They clean it and used. So in Poland we didn't have this problem with plastic. The plastic, it is something which came to Poland with contra-revolution. It is in 1990s, and it was shown us like something which is very, very good. And now in capitalist society we are very, very rich. We don't need to take this bottle to the shop and give it back. Now we are rich. Now we are capitalist system. Now we have plastic, and plastic we can throw to the trash. And this logic provoked today this catastrophe that plastic is everywhere. We have the plastic, I don't know how to say, fourchette it's in French, things to eat, things to drink, everything is in plastic now. The sack plastic, the bag plastic, everything is in plastic. In Poland, we used the things which was reusable, not disposable, but reusable. What else? Maybe I will finish this presentation here. So I want to say that one more thing about the waste of food, also which existed in the individual family, and I can say about my family that when we cook for the family, so for me, my wife, my son, we are only 3 persons, and it's very difficult to cook this amount of food which will be correct, that we will eat and it will be finished. We don't want to make situation that we will prepare less, so we prepare always a little bigger, bigger, and because of this, very often there are the leftovers from dinner. And sometimes I try to eat these leftovers from dinner, but sometimes these leftovers after 1 day, 2 days or 3 days became rotten, and it is impossible to eat. So in this example I can say how many food my family waste in 1 month, in 1 year. A lot of food and it is because we try to produce food in the individual private family, and it is not good. So we need to destroy this system of the individualism. Socialism is the collectivization of everything, and preparing of food, it is not only the question of the economic and ecological transformation, it is also the transformation of the relations in family. Maybe in my family these relations are equal, but there are a lot of family, and maybe in my family also sometimes it is not perfect, that the preparing food very often is the more this time on the kitchen it spend my wife, and transformation the society and building the collective place to eating with cheap, fresh, good food, where is no waste of food. It will be better for everybody, and one of the most important things, it will be better for the society, because when we stop the waste of this food, we can thinking about the minimalizing of the production, and when we will produce less, it's chance that the planet will start to be less polluted than today. So it is. I hope that this lecture was possible to understand. If not, when my language skills will be upgraded, I will try to speak about this one more time. So thank you, comrades, and don't waste the food.